When global observers cast their eyes over the highly structured professional landscape of the United Kingdom, they generally expect to see an exceptionally punctual, thoroughly organized workforce navigating their office routines with absolute precision. It's a society traditionally built on the rigid pillars of early morning commutes, strictly scheduled corporate meetings, and collective national pride in maintaining professional decorum at all times. However, a truly magnificent and deeply exhausting sociological crisis has completely paralyzed workplaces across the British realm, transforming millions of ordinary citizens into walking administrative disasters. The foundational catalyst for this massive domestic meltdown is the highly anticipated global football tournament currently taking place across the vast geographic expanses of North America. Because the high-stakes athletic matches are being hosted inside stadiums situated across multiple Western time zones, the official broadcasting schedules have completely upended the biological clocks of the British populace. Mine too, but that's a different topic. For our international audience unfamiliar with the sheer depth of British sporting obsession, it's vital to understand that missing a single minute of a national tournament is viewed as an act of absolute treason. The unyielding patriotism has forced millions of dedicated sports fans to spend the past 7 days attempting to process high-stakes athletic drama at incredibly bizarre hours of the late night and early morning. Ordinary family households from London to Edinburgh have been completely transformed into nocturnal viewing bunkers where anxious citizens sit in pitch darkness at 3 o'clock in the morning, staring at glowing television screens. The sheer psychological consequence of this scheduling disaster became painfully evident throughout the week as an entire nation of severely sleep-deprived workers staggered into their respective places of employment. Corporate offices, retail establishments, and industrial facilities across the country are currently being populated by individuals who look less like qualified professionals and more like background extras from a low-budget zombie movie. Managers nationwide have been forced to witness the extraordinary sight of their normally pristine staff arriving at their desks with vacant, bloodshot eyes, holding multiple cups of highly concentrated caffeinated beverages. The structural comedy of the situation reaches its absolute peak when these exhausted citizens are forced to invent creative, highly articulate justifications to explain their current state of physical decay to their superiors. And this introduces a spectacular level of professional satire when a senior financial analyst has to formally convince his corporate director that his extreme lethargy is not a sign of terminal burnout, but the direct result of a tense penalty shootout in Los Angeles. And one must marvel at the absolute logistical contrast between a population that prides itself on industrial efficiency and a workforce completely defeated by a simple time zone differential across the Atlantic Ocean. And this situation beautifully highlights the hilarious stubbornness of human behavior, as ordinary people openly choose to sacrifice their neurological functionality and biological well-being for 90 minutes of sporting anxiety.